This young girl was frightened when she got into the lift. She saw a strange man wearing a helmet enter. At first, she didn't pay any attention, but then she realized that he wasn't pressing the button. When she got out of the lift, she realized that the man lived next door to her. She locked her door and called her boyfriend to tell him what had just happened. She just wanted to complain. Just then, the girl finds a used towel on the table. She also saw long hair that didn't belong to her and thought of her helmeted neighbor. The young girl went to knock on her neighbor's door, indicating that she had installed surveillance in her house. If she realized that her neighbor was trespassing, she called the police and had him arrested. When the neighbor failed to open the door, the young girl went back to look at the court feed footage. As she watched the footage, she suddenly heard a strange noise. She opened the door and went outside, but found no one there. Puzzled, she noticed a black shadow flashing in the corridor. To be on the safe side, the girl took the spray and slowly approached the shadow. This girl is very bold. It wasn't a man in black, but a child with an injured eye. Seeing the child waiting for her mother to return, she rushed into her room and locked the door. When she looked again at the surveillance video, the young girl saw that a man had come in and taken a sip from a drink on the table. She noticed that there was saliva on the bottle. At that moment, a sudden shiver ran down the girl's spine. She saw that the man in black was hiding in her house and that it was too late to run away. And the man in black's plan was just beginning. The woman was being followed by a frightening man in a helmet. Minji saw the man's clothes and rushed to get her daughter away. But the man in black had the key to the stairwell. Just as Minji was about to take the lift, the man in black went in first. Minji was frightened by what the man in black was wearing. Fortunately, the lift arrived at Minji's house in no time. When Minji tried to enter the code, she realized that the man in black was looking at her. She tried to hide the code with her body, but her daughter immediately read the room code. When Minji checked it, he realized that the man in black had disappeared. She changed the combination to the house lock. The next day, Minji went to collect the delivery as usual. She realized something was wrong when she couldn't find anything in the delivery. The daughter called her mother to tell her that there was a knock on the door and to ask if she wanted to open it. Minji rushed home and told her daughter not to open the door. Both children were trembling with fear when they heard the door shake. Minji pressed the lift button, but the lift remained on the floor where she lived. The man in black stuck a leaflet on the lift door. Minji had no choice but to climb the stairs and slip due to her nervousness. At that moment, there was no noise outside the door, so the boy walked slowly towards the door to check that it was still open. Both children were frightened. At this critical moment, the mother arrived in time and thought she was safe. That's when the man in black rushed at her. Fortunately, the neighbors opened the door in time and managed to scare off the man in black. Xiaosu called the local security camera, but was unable to see the face of the man in black wearing a helmet. So Sun Su hid on the ground floor and waited for the man in black to reappear. The man in black soon reappeared. Xiaosu followed the man in black and knocked him to the ground. Just as Sun Su was about to remove the helmet from the man in black, he was stabbed in the thigh. Xiaosu quickly knocked on the door next to him to stay alive. At the critical moment, the little girl opened the door and saved Xiaosu. Xiaosu thought he was safe, but he didn't know that the little girl was the daughter of the man in black. The young girl was about to go out with her child, but she couldn't reach her husband's phone. The girl's body began to warm up. Minji had to go home to take medicine for the fever, and a woman knocked her unconscious when she arrived. The child's mother was beaten to the ground with a bat by a strange woman. The child waiting in the car was worried about her mother and called her, but she couldn't reach her. The strange woman then approached the car and asked the children to open the door. The two children saw her in their mother's clothes and realized the danger. They rushed out of the car and into the lift before the doors closed. Although the two children had hidden in the house and closed the door, there was a knock at the door. They hid behind the door and screamed, feeling even more frightened when they saw their mother's face covered in blood. Suddenly, the sound of a combination lock was heard. Fortunately, it was their father who came. It turns out that the father wasn't killed. He just fainted, woke up and rushed home. It turns out that the man in black was this strange woman. This woman and her daughter often live in other people's houses and have killed the owners of these houses. When the children saw their father coming, they thought the danger was over, but then the woman suddenly jumped on them. Xiaosu was already injured in the thigh, so the woman quickly knocked him to the ground. The woman looked at the two children and tried to finish them off. Just then, Minji woke up and hit the woman with a bottle. She thought it was all over, but the woman soon wakes up and hits Minji again. The two children then play hide and seek with the woman. The woman looks at the broken furniture in the house and begins to feel heartbroken. Xiaosu sees this and realizes that the woman is mentally ill. He takes out a lighter and says he's going to burn the house down. When the woman heard this, she threw herself at him and tried to strangle Xiaosu. Xiaosu was nearly strangled. He lit the lighter in his hand and threw it on the broken liquor. The woman began to cry as she watched the house go up in flames, but she was punished and stayed in the fire forever. Eventually, the family moved to a new house and lived happily ever after. The house was soon put up for auction again. The owner of the house was happy to save money, but there was a girl with a broken eye in the cupboard, watching silently. The new owner was also in danger. You have to be careful when you go out. It's dangerous to be a target for the bad guys.